Welcome to my presentation on digital culture. It pulls you in and never lets you go. The medium has changed once again, and so, as Marshall McLuhan endeavors to convince us, the message has changed as well. But what is the message that digital media gives us? You need me. I have what you always wanted. Like a drug dealer in a bad after-school special, digital media supplies us with a fix we didn't know we craved, but sure does make everything a lot better. And once we've had a little taste, it suddenly feels like we can't live without it. Our world is hemmed in by digital constants that are perpetually accessible via phones and laptops and smartwatches and tablets. Has the US president started a playground scuffle with former friend he unceremoniously ousted from a previously gifted position? Don't wait to read about it in the newspaper tomorrow. Go to Twitter and watch it live. Did Usain Bolt break the sound barrier? Don't know, but I bet his event is being live streamed on Facebook, so I can find out ASAP. Did a Kardashian do that one thing with the makeup and then someone cried and named their child something awkward? Probably. I can tune into the E! Channel to watch the season premiere while the ladies live tweet about it. And dear God, I must know who's winning the Puppy Bowl. I might die if I don't find out, so I'm going to have to connect myself to animalplanet.com and get up to speed. Digital media has made everything, including culture, tangible in a way it's never been before. It used to be that we were only aware of our culture or traditions when an outsider entered our world, creating a juxtaposition of what we do versus what they do. But with digital media, we can see and experience different pieces of culture at any time. We can carefully build an image of ourselves that we parade in front of others via social media, while clandestinely taking advantage of the internet's shadowy corners. We can pick and choose the labels to apply to ourselves and the groups we align ourselves with. Culture is no longer an incidental thing that is inculcated in us as we grow up. Rather, it is an intentional act that we make a conscious effort to engage in. The original panopticon is a prison designed as a fishbowl, a place where prisoners are under the constant watchful eye of their keepers and thus motivated to be on their best behavior. Its designer, Jeremy Bentham, never saw his plan realized, but we've managed to create our own panopticon in the digital world we live in. We exist in a massive cultural landscape that has no off switch, where we claim our corner of the internet or we carve it out, where we construct an image of ourselves and then monitor the image of others, where having a dark side is okay because everyone else does, where culture is interchanged in bite-sized memes, where we are all sometimes revolutionaries and nothing is ever really forgotten. The digital reality is in many ways a very real panopticon, but one where we can cultivate a certain image for our keepers to see while we secretly indulge the nasty skeletons in our closets. Thanks to our smartphones and online shopping, we are constantly being tracked. The bad news is that privacy is a thing of the past, though many have tacitly accepted this reality and chosen to focus on the good. And the good news is people, the people we care about and want to impress, can't really see us living our day-to-day lives. Our panopticon is virtual, remember? We have the option of creating our perfect selves on social media platforms, moral grandstanding via Facebook profile. People might be watching you, but thankfully, you can control what they see and be sure that you always measure up to what others are doing. Voyeurism is certainly encouraged. How else do we know who's winning at life? Once we exist online, we begin a journey to find our place in the online world, wandering the frontier until we find our kindred spirits on Tumblr or Facebook or Instagram. We snag descriptions like cisgender or libertarian anarchist, taking intersectionalism to an unprecedented level. The digital world allows us to pluck labels from the ether, apply them to ourselves, and construct our unique cultural identities. Can't find your people? Not to worry. The internet's frontier is interminable. You can't claim a spot? Carve one out. No matter how perfect our profile, digital culture knows we are only human. Not only does it acknowledge our flaws, but encourages us to sink into them. Do you enjoy cyberbullying from a moral high ground? Head to Facebook. Want to air the dirty laundry of everyone you know? Google Sites will let you create a blog just for that. Want to buy a person or some drugs? Maybe both. Hit the dark web, get some Bitcoin, and go wild. Digital culture transforms each of us into a two-sided coin. The shiny side that we present in candid selfies and inspirational quotes on our profiles, and the grubby underside that indulges any imperfection, no matter how depraved. Perfection within the digital realm is an illusion we maintain while our imperfections are welcomed and celebrated. After all, we are all the perfect versions of ourselves, right? And if you're really worried about your love for webcam sex, there's always someone out there who's more twisted and perverted than you are. Memes are the language of our digital culture. Don't believe me? People engage in entire conversations by sending memes to one another. These little bits of relevant culture come together to create a code that we can use to communicate, to comfort, to signal, and to bridge existing gaps that offline culture inevitably creates. Each image and its accompanying caption carries a tone, a message that crosses traditional borders. Our code is ever changing as memes fall into and out of favor, and we assimilate the new language so quickly we almost don't notice it. Digital culture is a chance for all of us to change the world without actually having to do too much. We're part of movements greater than ourselves, provided that it involves clicking instead of actual legwork. We share to raise awareness, sign endless petitions to revoke or invoke or impeach, donate to worthy causes and GoFundMe's, and celebrate uniqueness, hoping in our very small way to make something different, something beautiful. We're active, digitally that is. It doesn't always translate to our offline lives. Digital culture allows us to do a modicum of work to change the world, feeling secure that we tried, and everyone can see we tried because we opted to allow our signature to be shown on a petition, or we retweeted a crowdfunded inner city renewal project. The truth is we didn't actually do much, but it sure feels good to believe that we are part of the solution and to take on the mantle of revolutionary. We're all being the change we want to see in the world, we're just doing it online. Digital culture may have had a sort of nebulous beginning, but it doesn't seem like there is any end in sight. And going right along with that, digital culture has a forever memory. A tweet posted 4 years ago is just a few keystrokes away. A questionable statement on a frenemies Snapchat story has been screenshot and is safely snuggled in the cloud for when you need it. Digital culture allows you to evolve constantly, but it is careful to never let you forget where you came from. The truth is, I'm mostly just here for the puppies.